In this video tutorial, you are going to learn the preparation of petty cash book. I hope that you remember the basics of petty cash book, the interest and the reimbursement from the previous video. If you haven't watched that video, make sure to watch it before this video. I have put the link in the description below, or just click on the video card above here. හරි අපි මේ වීඩියෝ එකේ කතා කරන්න යන්නේ කොහොමද petty cash book එක prepare කරන්නේ. Okay, let me give you a quick cash book. It is a prime entry book in which petty cash payments are recorded. What do you mean by petty cash payments? These are payments of small amounts. Examples for petty cash payments are postage charges, stationery expenses, traveling expenses, entertainment expenses, cleaning expenses, and also sundry expenses. Sundry means miscellaneous. Different types of, small payments. Now, let's say, for example, postage charges of 25 rupees. Then stationery expenses of 150 rupees. And also remember, this is not only a prime entry book, but also a ledger account. Therefore, we can say that the petty cash book performs a dual function. It performs a dual function. Also, this petty cash book is prepared by the petty cashier. හරි අපි ඉක්මනට petty cash book එක ගැන පොඩි revision එකක් කරමු, summary එකක් ගමු. Petty cash book එක කියන්නේ prime entry book එකක්. එතකොට මේ prime entry book එකේ අපි record කරන්නේ petty cash payments. Petty cash payments කියන්නේ පොඩි මුදලකට වෙන වියදම්. Small payments. එතකොට මේවට තියෙන examples තමයි postage charges, stationery expenses, traveling expenses, entertainment expenses, cleaning expenses, ඒ වගේම sundry expenses. Sundry expenses කියන්නේ miscellaneous expenses. මම මේක ගැන තව explain කරන්නම් petty cash book එක අපි prepare කරන වෙලාවට. එතන sundry කියලා simply කියන්නේ එක එක වර්ගයේ වියදම්, විවිධ වියදම්. ඊට පස්සේ තව මේන්ම පොයින්ට් එකක් තමයි petty cash book එක prime entry book එකක් වගේම ledger account එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ petty cash book එක dual function එකක් perform කරනවා. prime entry book එකක් විදිහටත් වැඩ කරනවා, ඒ වගේම ledger account එකක් විදිහටත් function වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේක prepare කරන්නේ petty cashier කියන කෙනා. When preparing the petty cash book, the first thing that you should know is the format of the petty cash book. මුලින්ම petty cash book එකේ format එක හොඳට මතක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. The very first column in this petty cash book is receipts. In rupees. And then we have LF, ledger folio. Right, then what we have is date column. After that, description. And this column is voucher number. And then we have payments. Again, in rupees. From here to here, we have analysis columns. I will explain these columns later on. And then what we have is other ledger account column. And finally, we have another LF. So this is our full format of the petty cash book. Receipts, LF, date, description, voucher number, payments, analysis columns, other ledger account, LF. Here we need to put RS here because it's a value column. Okay, now what are analysis columns? These analysis columns are maintained to record similar type of petty cash payments. Now, for example, let's say for stamp charges, then purchase of envelopes. Now, these two are postage charges. These two are similar type of petty cash payments. So in this case, we can have a single column to represent these type of similar petty cash payments. So we can have postal charges here or postal expenses. So when the business pays stamp fees or stamp charges, or when the business purchases envelopes, we can record these transactions in this column. And then let's say bus fare, tri-show charges, these are traveling expenses. Both are traveling expenses. Therefore, these are similar type of petty cash payments. So in this case, we can have a single column to represent all similar type of traveling expenses. So we can say traveling expenses. EXP dot means expenses in rupees. And then let's say for stationery expenses, now the business might purchase A4 sheets or sometimes pens, pencils. So we can include all these stationery expenses in this column, stationery expenses. So these are the examples of analysis columns. Postal charges, stationery expenses, traveling expenses, entertainment expenses, cleaning expenses, and also sundry expenses. So let me write here as our last column, sundry expenses. So remember to include rupees in every value column because we indicate the value in terms of rupees. Right, then petty cash book එක format එක අනිවාර්යෙන් අපිට හොඳටම පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මේ format එකේ පළවෙනි column එක receipts. මම ඒක ගැන වෙනවම කතා කරන්නම් sum එකක් එක කතා කරමු. අපි question එකක් එක්ක මේ ගැන කතා කරමු. ඊට පස්සේ LF date description. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් LF date description ledger accounts එකේ accounts වල columns. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට තියෙනවා voucher number, payments, right? ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ analysis columns කියන section එක. මෙතනදී අපි කරන්නේ petty cash payments අරගෙන similar type of petty cash payments එක category එකකට දානවා. එතකොට ඒ එක category එකක් තමයි postal charges. එතකොට මේ postal charges වල අපිට record කරන්න පුළුවන් stamps ගත්තොතින්, එහෙම නැත්නම් envelopes ගත්තොතින්, postal charges pay කරොතින්. එතකොට මේ postal charges කියලා single column එකක් තියෙන්නේ. ඒ column එකේ තමයි අපි postal charges වලට ගැලපෙන suitable expenses තියෙනවා නම් ඊට similar expenses තියෙනවා නම් අපි මේ column එකේ තමයි record කරන්නේ. ඊළඟට අපිට තියෙනවා stationery expenses. The example එකක් business එකකට සමහර වෙලාවට A4 sheets ගන්න ඕනේ වෙනවා, pens, pencils වගේ stationery items ගන්න වෙනවා. ඒතර මේ මොන stationery item එක ගත්තත් අපි මේ stationery expenses කියන column එකේ තමයි record කරන්නේ. ඒතර ඔයාලට තේරෙනවා ඇති මෙතන වෙන්නේ එක වගේ සමාන petty cash payments ඉන්නවා නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ එක column එකකට record කරනවා. එක column එකක් ඇතුලේ තමයි record කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ බලන්න traveling expenses, දැන් traveling expenses ගත්තාම bus fare එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, price charges තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, cab fee එක, cab charges තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒවා ඇවිල්ලා ඔක්කොම similar. ඒවා ඔක්කොම traveling expenses වලට තමයි අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඉතින් travelling expenses කියලා single column එකක් හදාගෙන මේකේ තමයි අපි travelling expenses වලට similar expenses තියෙනවා නම් මේ column එක ඇතුලේ තමයි record කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ entertainment expenses තියෙනවා, cleaning expenses තියෙනවා. දැන් උදාහරණයක් cleaning expenses වලදී අපි හිතමු hand wash එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් මොනවා හරි detergents මේ වගේ cleaning වලට ගන්න දේවල් අපිට පුළුවන් මේක record කරන්න. cleaning expenses වල ඒ cleaning expenses කියන column එක ඇතුලේ record කරන්න පුළුවන්. So what are sundry expenses? Now we can give another name, miscellaneous expenses. Right? You know the meaning of miscellaneous. That means different types of expenses which we cannot record in any other column. Right? We cannot consider it as a postal charge or even stationery expense, traveling expense, entertainment expense, or even cleaning expense. So these type of these type of expenses, petty cash expenses, we need to record in sundry column, the sundry expenses column. So remember, the petty cash payments which we cannot record in any analysis column are entered or recorded in the sundry expense column. So at last we have to have the sundry expense column in under our analysis columns. Sundry expense කියන column එක අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් petty cash book එකේ maintain කරන්න ඕනේ analysis column එකක්. හේතුව සමහර petty cash payments තියෙනවා අපිට ඒක postal charge එකක්වත් stationery expense එකක්වත් එහෙම නැත්නම් traveling, entertainment, cleaning කියන categories වලට categorize කරන්න බැරි. ඒ expenses වලට ගෙනියන්න බැරි expenses එනවා. දැන් උදාහරණයක් වශයෙන් අපි හිතමු donation එකක්. right? business එකෙන් donation එකක් දෙනවා. එතකොට මේක postal වත් stationery, traveling, entertainment මේ කිසිම category එකකට යන්නේ නැහැනේ. එතකොට අපිට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඒ වගේ ටිකක් වෙනස් විදිහේ petty cash payments තියෙනවා නම් sundry expense කියන column එකේ තමයි අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේක record කරන්නේ. Then there is one more column that we record petty cash payments. We call it other ledger account column or sometimes ledger account column. So in this column, we record petty cash payments which need to be separately posted to the relevant ledger account. Now, what do you mean by that? Now, for example, let's say the business purchased equipment let's say worth of 500 rupees. 500 rupees is a tiny amount, it's a small amount, so this is actually a petty cash payment. But we know that equipment is a non-current asset. So in that case, if the business purchases a non-current asset, we have to record that non-current asset in its relevant ledger account. And it is actually equipment account. So when the business purchases equipment, we definitely have to debit the equipment account in order to record this transaction. We need to record this transaction in a separate ledger account. We cannot include this transaction in an analysis column. Right? So actually you will understand this other ledger account column properly when I do a question, when I discuss a question. So for now, just remember these payments we need to record separately in a ledger account. Therefore, we need to record these kind of petty cash payments in the other ledger account column. Then other ledger account කියලා column එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් සමහර අය මේක sundry expense එක පටලවා ගන්නවා. එහෙම පටලවා ගන්න යන්න එපා. දැන් මෙතන වෙන්නේ other ledger account column එක maintain කරන්නේ අපිට මේ කියන transaction එක separate ledger account එකක enter කරන්න ඕන වුණාම. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි ගමු business එක purchase කරනවා equipment. 500 rupees වලට 500 rupees කියන්නේ පොඩි amount එකක්. ඒතර මේක අනිවාර්යෙන් petty cash payment එකක්. අපි මේක ගිහින් cash book එකේ record කරන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද amount එක small හින්දා. එතකොට මේක අපි හොඳටම දන්නවා equipment කියන non current asset එක purchase කරනකොට මොකද්ද double entry එක? ඔයාලට මතකද double entry? මෙතන වෙන්නේ equipment account එක definitely debit කරන්න ඕනේනේ. and credit කරන්නේ දැන් කොහෙද credit කරන්නේ? ඇත්තටම petty cash book එක. එතකොට මේ transaction එක අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් equipment කියන ledger account එකට record කරන්න ඕනේ transaction එක. අපි මේක ගිහිල්ලා ඔය analysis column වල record කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මේ කියන කතාව ඔයාලට හොඳට තේරෙන්නේ question එකක් එක්ක මේක discuss කරාම. So remember there are three famous transactions that we record in other ledger account. So better to remember these. Number 1, carriage imports. Right? Carriage imports. And then number 2, payment to a creditor. Actually, small payment to a creditor. Let me write small here. Payment to a creditor. And also, purchase of an asset of a small value. එතකොට ටිකක් මතක තියාගන්න සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ other ledger account column එකට අපි record කරන්නේ famously transactions තුනක් questions වල සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එන්නේ. එකක් තමයි carriage imports. මම ඉස්සරහට explain කරන්නම් මොකක්ද ඒ කියලා. ඒ වගේම small payment to a creditor. දැන් creditor කෙනෙකුට ලොකු amount එකක් ගෙවනවා නම් අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් cash book එකට යන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි මේ වෙලාවේ petty cash book එකේ යන්නේ. හැබැයි අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් record කරන්න ඕනේ other ledger account කියන column එකේ. එතකොට මේක අපිට poster traveling ඒ තැන් වලට ගෙනියන්න බෑනේ. ඊට පස්සේ third එකේ purchase of an asset ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට මේ assets වලට අපිට questions වල එන example එක තමයි equipment. right? මොකද සාමාන්‍ය small value එකකට තියෙන asset එකක් නම් ඒක ඉතින් equipment වෙන්න ඕනේ නේ. So remember it's basically as an example it's equipment. Here my spellings are wrong. In traveling, did you notice that? Let me correct it. Sure. This is correct, right? Right. Now, what we should do is, we need to prepare a petty cash book and understand all these columns, right? So, let's move on to the preparation of petty cash book. Okay, let's take a look at a question. In this question, it says, the following information regarding payments of petty cash payments of the business of NetMe during the month of March 2021. Okay, now this is actually NetMe's business petty cash payments for the month of March. Okay, then it says the petty cash interest was 2,000 rupees, which was received on 1st of March 2021. So these are the petty cash payments of this business. And this is our interest, which is 2,000 rupees. Now, what is required? Prepare the petty cash book of NetMe's business, actually for the month of March, and also other ledger accounts. Right, then මෙතන තියෙන්නේ NetMe ගේ business එකේ March කියන month එකේ petty cash payments වල information. ඒ වගේම අපිට දීලා තියෙනවා interest එක 2000 කියලා. right. එතකොට ඇත්තටම අපිට assume කරන්න පුළුවන් netmige business එක start කරලා තියෙන්නේ March කියන month එකේ. ඒතර මුලින්ම first month එකේ main cashier petty cashier ට දෙනවා 2000 rupees. එතකොට ඒ 2000 rupees වලින් තමා මේ netmige business එකේ petty cash payments කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Postal charges ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා, traveling, refreshment, expenses ගොඩක් තියෙනවා මෙතන. ඉතින් අපිට තියෙන්නේ දැන් petty cash book එක හදලා March month එකට මේ petty cash book එක හදලා ඒ වගේම මේකේ other ledger accounts ටිකත් අපිට prepare කරන්න වෙනවා. Okay, let's start answering. The first step is you need to draw the format of your petty cash book. Okay, now let's prepare the petty cash book. First, what you do is you draw this top line and then the side lines like this. මුලින්ම උඩින් line එකක් ඇඳ ගන්නවා, ඊට පස්සේ දෙපැත්තේ තියෙන lines දෙක ගන්නවා. අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් roughly height එකක් තියලා තමයි මේ table එක අඳින්නේ. Then make sure to write the name of this account or name of this prime entry book, that is petty cash book. අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ වෙලාවේ petty cash book කියලා මුලින්ම ලියලා ඉන්න. නැත්තම් වෙන්නේ සමහර වෙලාවට මේ columns ටික ඇඳලා ඔක්කොම full format එක කරාට පස්සේ මේ book එක මොකක්ද කියන name එක title එක දෙන්න අමතක වෙනවා. එසේ ඒක මුලින්ම කරන එක හොඳයි. And then what we do is we are going to leave 3 rules and draw a line like this. Rule 3ක් ඇරලා මේ විදිහට line එකක් දාන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට අපිට row එකක් හැදෙනවා. මේ row එකේ තමයි අපි අර columns වල names ලියන්නේ. Do you remember the first column? Now, what is the first column of the petty cash book? It's receipts, right? So here I'm going to draw a column for receipts. So I'm not going to have much width for this because this is a value column. If you keep space to write, let's say 4 to 5 figures, that's enough. Let's name it receipts RS, or just first of all draw all the columns and then name. That's better actually. First draw all the columns and then name them. Right, now this is our receipt column and what's next? It's our LF column and it's a tiny column, and normally in questions we are not given data for this. So in that case it's better to have small width. දැන් මේ LF වලට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් data දෙනවා අඩුයි. ඒ කියන්නේ questions වලදී data ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසාවෙන් මේක පුළුවන් තරම් අපිට මේ column එක හීනියට ගන්න එක හොඳයි. මොකද අනිත් columns වලට ඉඩ යන නිසා. Next what we have is the date column. Date එකටත් ලොකු ඉඩක් යන්නේ නැති නිසා අපි සාමාන්‍ය width එකකින් මේක අඳිමු. Right? And then we have the description column. For this you need to keep some space because you need to write words here. So let's keep not that much, right? Let's say at least 2 times of the width of your receipts column. I'm going to keep this much of width. Then we have the voucher number, once again a tiny column. Sometimes you're given data for this column and sometimes you're not given. So anyhow, in this question you're given some data. Let's see. They have given 01 to 11. So yeah, let's keep space to write only 2 numbers. Then you have to have the payments column, and this is like equal to your receipts column. Again, you are going to enter values in this column. So let me draw. This is our column. Right, then what you do is go to the end of the table, right? And draw the last column, which is LF. And it's a tiny column, right? Like this. And then what is the column before LF? Do you remember? It's other ledger account column. Again, like this will be like equal to receipts, payments columns. Right now in this column, we are going to have our analysis columns. To draw the analysis column, we have to identify the number of analysis columns given in the question. So for this, you need to refer the question, right? Before referring to the question, let's label all the columns. That's easy for us. Right, then ඊළඟට අර මෙන්න මේ ස්පේස් එකේ තමයි අපි මේ analysis columns ටික අඳින්න යන්නේ. ඉතින් analysis columns ටික හොයාගන්න නම් ඔයා අනිවාර්යෙන් question එක බලලා කියවලා එතනින් analysis columns කීයක් තියෙනවද කියලා හොයාගන්න වෙනවා. හරි, අපි මේ වැඩේ කරන්න කලින් ටක් ගාලා ඉතුරු column දැන් අපි ඇඳගත්තු columns ටික name කරලා ඉමු. label කරලා ඉමු. So the first column is receipts. We have to use RS because this is a value column. Within brackets or without brackets even okay. But let's put brackets. Then LF, right? After that, this is date. And then this is description. Right, then this is voucher number. Let me write VNO. Right, and then you can say VN. Payments. This column is payments. Rupees. And then we have our analysis columns. Here, you can draw a line like this and name it analysis column within this row. Analysis columns. Right? And then what we have is other ledger account column. Other ledger account, and you have to put RS again because this is a value column, and at last we have another LF. Right. Then මේ විදිහට ටක් ගාලා අපි columns ටික name කරගෙන යනවා receipts මුලින්ම ඊට පස්සේ LF, date, description, voucher number, payments, analysis columns කියලා firstම දැන් මෙතන rule තුනක් තියෙනවානේ. තුනේදී උඩම rule වෙන් කරලා row එකක් විදිහට හදාගෙන line එකක් දාලා ඒක උඩින් අපිට ඒක ඇතුළතුල අපිට ලියන්න පුළුවන් analysis columns කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ other ledger account column. සමහර ledger account කියලාත් කියනවා. කමක් නැහැ කැමති විදිහකට. but other ledger account කියලා තමයි මම ලිව්වේ. ඊට පස්සේ LF. Right. Then we need to identify the columns, the analysis columns. Right, for this we need to refer our question. Right, now it's time to identify the analysis columns. For this, we need to refer our question. Right, now look here, what is our first petty cash payment? It's postal charges. Then මෙතනදී you have to be careful because මේ වෙලාවේ postal charges අපි දකින පළවෙනිම petty cash payment එක. හැබැයි මේක දැක්ක ගමන්ම අපි ගිහිල්ලා postal expenses column එක අඳින්නේ නැහැ. හරි? නැත්නම් postal charges column එක අඳින්නේ නැහැ. ඒකට හේතුව සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපිට similar payments දෙන්නෙක්වත් ඉන්න ඕනේ column එකක් maintain කරන්න questions වලදී. Right? Exams වලදී හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. You have to have at least 2 similar payments to maintain an analysis column. So if you want to, draw a postal expenses analysis column, then you have to have at least two similar, expenses for these postal expenses. Now here we have postal charges. Can you see it's here they have given, stamps. Then definitely we have to have postal expenses. You can say postal expenses, postal charges. Let me say postal expenses or even postage, right? Postage kiwa thari. Right, this is my number one analysis column, right? So likewise only, you have to determine the analysis columns, right? Aniwaring similar expenses දෙන්නෙක්වත් ඕනේ analysis column එකක් maintain කරන්න exams වලදී questions වලදී. හරි? Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check from the very beginning. So here I have postal charges, then traveling expenses. Yeah, let me wait for another similar, expense for this traveling expense. Refreshment expenses. Okay, let's see. And then postage. Since there is, these two similar expenses, I had this postal expenses column. And then I'm going to check. Here again, I have traveling. Therefore, I can have my next column as traveling expenses, right? හරි දැන් මේ මෙතන හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න අර traveling expenses මුලින්ම දකින්නකොට අපි තීරණය කරන්නේ නැහැ මේකට analysis column එකක් ගේනවා කියලා. නමුත් මේක මීට similar transaction එකක් නැවත repeat මේ අපිට දකින්න ලැබෙන නිසා අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් traveling column එක maintain කරන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. Right. So up to here we have checked. Now what about this one? It says to Vimukti. What is this? This sounds like this business has paid 200 rupees to Vimukti. And Vimukti sounds like a creditor. So do you remember, I told this before, these kind of, petty cash payments we record where? We record in other ledger account column because it's not postal or traveling, refresh, entertainment expense. This is something else. Here we have to record this transaction in Vimukti's account. That means we have to have a separate ledger account to record this transaction. We cannot record this transaction in analysis columns. හරි හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න දැන් මේක බලනකොට අපිට පේනවා මේ transaction එකේ මේ තියෙන wordings අනුව අපිට තේරෙනවා business එක විමුක්තිට payment එකක් කරලා තිනවා 200 rupees. එතකොට විමුක්ති නිකන් creditor කෙනෙක් වගේ තේරුමක් තමයි මෙතන එන්නේ. එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන් අපි විමුක්තිගේ account එකක් හදලා ඒ account එකේ මේ transaction එක enter කරන්නම ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ separately ledger account එකකට මේ transaction එක ගිහිලා record කරන්න වෙනවා. එහෙනම් අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ වගේ transactions record කරන්නේ other ledger account කියලා අපි petty cash book එකේ column එකක් හදුවානේ. අන්න එතන. Right. Now let's see the next one, Trishaw charges. Yes, already we have traveling expenses. So we can record Trishaw charges in traveling expenses. Then we have carriage inwards. Right, what is carriage inwards? Right, now let's say, suppose the business, right, let me draw our business. Purchases, right, the stock, right, from a supplier. Then let's say this business has to pay the transport cost. in order to bring this stock to the business. So that kind of a transport cost, we call it carriage inwards. Carriage inwards කියන්නේ දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි හිතමු business එකක් supplier කෙනෙක්ගෙන් stock එක purchase කරලා. ඒක business එකේ වියදමින් ඒ stock එක business එකට transport කරනවා. එතකොට එහෙම යන transport cost එකකට අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් carriage inwards කියලා. ඒතර මේක carriage inwards පොඩි amount එකක් වුණොත් අපි cash book එකේ record කරන්නේ petty cash book එකේ තමයි record කරන්නේ. Right? One more thing. Don't confuse this particular expense as a traveling expense. It's two different. Traveling and transportation. This is a transportation cost related to the stock. Now, traveling means some other meaning, right? I gave you some examples before. එස මතක තියාගන්න carriage inwards ඇවිල්ලා traveling expenses යටතේ දාන්න යන්න එපා. Transport කියන්නේ මෙතන stock එක transport කරන cost එකක්. එතකොට අපි traveling තැනට යවන්නේ නැහැ. traveling වලදී මම කිව්වා කලිනුත් examples කිව්වා. දැන් office assistant bank එකට යනකොට සමහර වෙලාවට try show එක යන්න වෙනවා. එතකොට ඒකට වියදම් කරන මුදල traveling කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේ. එනිසා මේ concepts මේ වචන දෙක මාරු කරගන්න එපා. Carriage inwards කියන්නේ කෙලින්ම stock related transport cost එක. Right. So here this one again we have to record in our other ledger account column. Because definitely we have to record this amount in a separate ledger account saying, carriage inwards account. तर මේ carriage inwards කියන එකත් අනිවාර්යෙන් වෙනවම carriage inwards account කියලා separate ledger account එකක් හදලා මේකට record කරන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් petty cash book එකේ අපි record කරන්නේ මේ other ledger account කියන column එකේ. මොකද මෙයාව වෙනවම account එකක enter කරන්න ඕනේ නිසා. analysis columns වලට යන්න විදිහක් නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ analysis columns වල enter කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ අපි. separate මේක enter කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසාවෙන් අපි other ledger account column එකේ තමයි record කරන්න ඕනේ petty cash book එකේදී. Right, then we have refreshment. We have only we had a refreshment before here, so we have another one. In that case, we can nicely have our third analysis column as entertainment. Normally we say entertainment expenses. Right, then we have pens and pencils over here. Right, this is stationery, but don't be hurry. You have only one stationery item. You cannot go for a separate stationery expense column, analysis column. You have to have at least two similar, expenses. Then මේ pens and pencils දැක ගමන් අපිට තේරෙනවා හරි මේක stationery. එහෙම කියලා එකපාරට ගිහිල්ලා අපි stationery expenses කියලා column එකක් හදාගන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. analysis column එකක් විදිහට. අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඇත්තටම questions වලදී කරන්නේ අර ගොඩාක් මෙහෙම items තියෙනකොට හරි මෙහෙම items list එකක් තියෙනකොට අඩුම ගානේ similar expenses දෙන්නෙක්වත් ඉන්න ඕනේ stationery expenses category එකට relate වෙන. එහෙම නැතිනම් අපි ඇත්තටම separate column එකක් maintain කරන්නේ stationery expenses කියලා. ඇත්තටම මේ වගේ දෙයක් අපි enter කරන්නේ ඒ වෙලාවට sundry expense වල. මෙහෙමයි දැන් ඕක ඇවිල්ලා exams වලදී it depends. දැන් සමහර වෙලාවට අපි හිතමු exam එකේ අපිට දීලා තියෙන්නේ petty cash payments 4යි කියලා පොඩි tiny question එකක් තියෙන්නේ කියලා. ඒ වෙලාවට definitely separate columns අඳින්න වෙනවා. මෙතන ඇත්තටම petty cash payments 11ක් තියෙනවා. ඒතර items ටිකක් තරමක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වෙලාවට ඇත්තටම අපි ගන්නේ similar expenses දෙන්නෙක්වත් ඉන්න ඕනේ column එක maintain කරන්න. අර මං කලින් කිව්වා වගේ අපි හිතමු transactions 4ක් 5ක් වගේ තියෙනවා නම් petty cash payments 4ක් 5ක් වගේ නම් තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වෙලාවට අපි separate columns come. Right. Okay, let me tell it in English as well. Now, normally in questions, for us to maintain an analysis column, we have to have two similar expenses for that, expense category. But if you're given, like, let's say 4 to 5 transactions, and if you're required to draw the petty cash book, then definitely you have to have, separate analysis column for those, transactions. Let's say you were given, let's say four transactions. Let's say you are given the first 4 only in your question, right? So in this case, actually, let's maintain a separate column for postal charges, then the traveling, and also entertainment. We can have that column because we are given only 4 transactions, and stamps goes for, postal expenses. Likewise. හරි දැන් අර එක්සෑම් සමහර වෙලාවට පේපර් එකේ ට්‍රාන්සැක්ෂන්ස් 4ක් වගේ එන්නේ. ඒ වෙලාවට ඉතින් පෝස්ටල් තනියෙන් තිබ්බයි කියලා කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. පෝස්ටල් වලට කොලම් එක හදා ගන්න වෙනවා. ට්‍රැවලින් නම් ට්‍රැවලින් වලටත් එහෙමයි. රිෆ්‍රෙශ්මන්ට් වලටත් එන්ටර්ටේන්මන්ට් කොලම් එක හදන්න වෙනවා. ස්ටෑම්ප්ස් නම් ඉතින් postal expenses වල තමයි අපිට මේ එන්ටර් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right, then what is our the last expense? It's cleaning. Once again, as I told you, here we have cleaning expenses. So we don't have any other similar expenses to this cleaning expenses. Therefore, we are going to enter this pens and pencils and also cleaning expenses under sundry column, according to this question. Okay, don't get confused. So according to this question only, here let me write sundry expenses. Right. Then බලන්න ඔන්න මම ඔක්කොම erase කරලා පොඩ්ඩක් summary එකක් ගමු. Here we have 2 petty cash payments that we enter in other ledger account column. And then 2 transactions that we enter in sundry expenses column. That means we have to have our sundry expense column, sundry expenses column as an analysis column. So altogether, how many analysis columns? There are 4 analysis columns. Okay, let's draw these 4 columns in our petty cash book. චුට්ටක් බලන්න මේ තියෙන්නේ කලින් ෆෝමැට් එක petty cash book එකේ ෆෝමැට් එක. ඉතින් මෙතනදී අර නම් එක වගේ ගේන්න ඕන හින්දා මම මෙතන අර postal charges කියන වචනේ erase කරලා අපි ගමු postal expenses කියලා. එහෙම නැත්නම් postage කිව්වත් හරි. හරි? So here I'm going to change this word postal expenses, right? තේරුම් දෙකම එකයි. නමුත් අර අනිත් ඒවා ඔක්කොම expenses කියන නිසා අපි මේකත් expenses කියලා කියමු. Right? Here in our previous format of the petty cash book, I had written it as postal charges. Now I'm going to, I actually changed this postal charges into postal expenses. Yes, here. So since we call every other analysis column as expenses, so I just change the word charges into expenses. Right, now let's move on to our petty cash book and draw these 4 analysis columns. Right, now we have this space. I'm going to divide this space into 4 equal columns. Let me mark before drawing the columns, like this much, no? Another column, this is the second column. And then we have to have one more line. Okay, we have 4 analysis columns now. Let's name them. Right, what is our first column? The first column that we identified was postal expenses. So let's write postal exp dot, right? Or at least you have to write postal and in rupees. And then it was traveling. I will write only traveling and rupees. And then what we found was, let's check, entertainment, right, in rupees. And finally, we have our sundry column. Right, now we have our analysis columns. So it's time to enter each and every transaction. What is the first transaction that we are going to enter in this petty cash book? Look at the question. It says petty cash impress was 2,000 rupees, which was received on 1st of March. So here we are going to prepare the petty cash book for the month of March. So the very first transaction that we record in this petty cash book should be the interest, right? So this is how we record the interest. In the receipts column, enter the interest value, 2,000. And in the date column, enter the relevant date. It was given as 1st of March, right? And then the description, in this description column, you have to write cash. Remember, it should be cash. What do you mean by cash here? Here the cash means, now you know already, the petty cashier receives the interest from whom? From the main cashier, right? So main cashier prepares the cash book and the petty cashier prepares the petty cash book. PCB means petty cash book. So the interest is given to the petty cashier by the main cashier. That means cash comes from the cash book to the petty cash book. So what is our double entry relevant to this receipt of interest? It should be petty cash book debit. Why do we debit it? Because cash in the petty cash book increases. So cash increases means assets increase. And asset increase according to the double entry principle should be a debit entry, right? And then the cash in the cash book decreases. So asset decrease is a credit entry. Therefore, we need to credit our cash book. හරි දැන් මතක තියාගන්න සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඉම්ප්‍රස්ට් එක පෙටි කැෂියට ලැබෙන්නේ කාගෙන්ද? මේන් කැෂියගෙන්. ඒ කියන්නේ කෑෂ් බුක් එකකින් පෙටි කෑෂ් බුක් එකට කෑෂ් ෆ්ලෝ එන එක තමයි වෙන්නේ. ඒතර අපි ඩබල් එන්ට්‍රි එක මේකට කතා කරොත් පෙටි කෑෂ් බුක් එක ඩෙබිට් වෙනවා. මොකද පෙටි කෑෂ් බුක් එකේ කෑෂ් ඉන්ක්‍රීස් වෙනවා. කෑෂ් ඉන්ක්‍රීස් වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඇසෙට් ඉන්ක්‍රීස් වෙනවා. ඩබල් එන්ට්‍රි ප්‍රින්සිපල් එක අනුව ඇසෙට් ඉන්ක්‍රීස් කියන්නේ ඩෙබිට් එන්ට්‍රි එක. අනිත් පැත්තට කෑෂ් බුක් එකේ කෑෂ් ඩික්‍රීස් වෙනවා මේ ට්‍රාන්සැක්ෂන් එක නිසා. එතකොට කෑෂ් ඩික්‍රීස් එකක් කියන්නේ ඇසෙට් ඩික්‍රීස් එකක්. එතකොට ඇසෙට්ස් ඩික්‍රීස් වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඩබල් එන්ට්‍රි ප්‍රින්සිපල් එක අනුව ක්‍රෙඩිට් එන්ට්‍රි එක. එතකොට ඔන්න ඔයාලා මතක තියාගන්න ඩිස්ක්‍රිප්ෂන් එකේ අපි ලියන්නේ cash කියන එක. In the description column, we write cash because the other account which is relevant to this transaction is cash book. So normally when we write the double entry, in the description column, what we write is the other account's name. So the other account related to this interest is the cash book. So we have to write cash. And if you want, you can write as an information within the brackets saying interest. Again, remember here we record a double entry. So we have to write cash because the other account related to this transaction is cash book. And within the bracket, you can say as an information, you can write the word interest, right? Don't just write interest. Make sure to write cash and then within brackets, interest, right? So මේ තියෙන්නේ double entry එකෙන් මේ ඇත්තටම petty cash book එකේ මොන entry එකද? Debit entry එක. හරි? One more thing. Now this column represents all the debit values in the petty cash book, right? And this column represents all the credit values of this petty cash book. So this is a debit entry in our petty cash book. Receipts වලින් debit values පෙන්නන්නේ, payments වලින් credit values පෙන්නන්නේ. එතකොට මේ entry එක ඇවිල්ලා මේ entry එකෙන් අපිට පේනවා petty cash book එක debit වෙලා. ඒ කියන්නේ petty cash book එකේ cash increase වෙලා. Right? Then let's record the next transaction according to our question. It says postal charges. The very first petty cash payment is postal charges. When was this paid? This is 4/3, that means March 4th, right? Right, so let's enter this, it's 120 and voucher number is 01. Right, this is how you enter first the date, right? First of all, enter the date, 4th of March. So in this description column, you write only a description, right? That means in the question, they have given some wordings, no? That particular wording should be within this, description. For example, in the question, they have given it as postal charges. So we are going to write the same here. This is actually just a piece of information. You just write postal charges, which is given in the question. And how much is 120? So record this 120 in your payments column, right? And then also you need to record this amount in the relevant analysis column. So what is a relevant analysis column to record postal charges? It's postal expenses. So let's record 120 in the respective analysis column. So here, this entry is a entry of a petty cash payment. So here, the petty cash book අර මේ තියෙන්නේ දැන් petty cash book එකක petty cash payment එකක් enter කරන විදිය date එක description එකේ මතක තියාගන්න question එකේ දීලා තියෙන ඒ words ටික තමයි අපි ලියන්නේ. එතකොට අපි ලියන්නේ අර question එකේ දීලා තියෙන්නේ postal charges නම් ඒක ඒ විදිහටම ලියනවා. කියන්නේ නිකම්ම information එකක් විදිහට තමයි ලියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ අනිවාර්යෙන් අපි payments column එකේ enter කරන්න ඕනේ. Right? ඊට පස්සේ ඒක relevant analysis column එකේ enter කරන්න ඕන. Okay? ඉතින් postal charges ඇවිල්ලා postal expenses වලින් record කරන්න ඕනේ. Right. Now, what is our next petty cash payment? Now, first one we recorded, next one, 5th of March. We forgot one thing, right? Did you notice that? I actually forgot it. We need to record the voucher number as 01 here, because the question, in the question we can see the voucher numbers, it's 01. This is, you know what voucher number is here. This is the number which is on the petty cash payment voucher, right? So it's 01. And then the next transaction is 5th of March, second, traveling expenses 160. Right, so let's enter, it's 05, 5th of March, right? And here you just write the information given in the question saying traveling expenses. I will write expenses like this, yeah. Expenses, and what is our voucher number? 02. And what's our payment value? It's 160. And what is our relevant analysis column? It's traveling, it's obvious, 160. Right? Then the next transaction. So what you do is you just, enter each and every payments given in the question according to the chronological order. හරි dates පිළිවෙලට ටටක් ගාලා අපි දැන් මේ විදිහට petty cash payments ටික enter කරනවා. හැබැයි එක දෙයක් මතක තියාගන්න, දැන් සමහර අය ඉන්නවා date column එක full enter කරලා, description column එක full enter කරලා. එහෙම column wise enter කරනවා. එහෙම කරන්න එපා. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එක entry එකක් full finish කරන්න. හරි? කරලා ඊළඟ entry එකට යන්න. ඒක තමයි හරි විදිහ. නැත්තම් සමහර වෙලාවට අපිට අර rows පැටලිලා figures එහෙට මෙහෙට වෙන්න පුළුවන්නේ. ඒ නිසා එක entry එකක් එක row එකක් full finish කරලා ඊළඟ entry එකට යන්න. 8th of March, refreshment expenses I will write as exp.03 260, and what is our relevant column? Entertainment expenses 260. Right, next one, 10th of March, stamps. Equation එකේ දීලා තියෙන words ටිකම ලියන්න. 04 140. What is our relevant analysis column? Postal charges, right? 140. Next one, 15th of March, traveling expenses. They have given traveling only, no? Then we'll write like that. 05, and what's the value? 60. In the traveling expenses column, we have to enter 60. Now here, actually, we need to record this value in our which column? Other ledger account column. 18th of March, let's say Vimukti, no need to save 2, Vimukti. Or if you want, you may write to Vimukti, but Vimukti is enough here. 06, and the value is 200. Every time you have to enter in the payments column, right? Then only you go for the relevant analysis column or the other ledger account column. Here we have to enter this in other ledger account column, right? 22nd of March, Trishaw charges, voucher number 07, 240. What's our relevant analysis column? Traveling expenses. 25th of March, carriage inwards. What is our voucher number? 08. And the value is 200. Then the relevant column is other ledger account. 26th of March, refreshment, expenses 09, 180. Where is our column? Entertainment column, 180. 28th of March, pens and pencils. 10 is our voucher number. 150, and what is our analysis column? It should be sundry, right? We determined this earlier, 150. 30th of March, cleaning expenses. What is the voucher number? 11 and 200. And what's our column? Sundry, right? It's sundry, it's 200. Yeah. Okay, now we have entered every petty cash payment. And we have entered up to 30th of March. Now it's time to balance this account. Right. Now, how do we balance a petty cash book? Okay, this is how you do it. Listen carefully, right? Then අපි petty cash transactions ඔක්කොම enter කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ petty cash payments ටික record කරලා තියෙන්නේ. interest එක මුලින්ම record කළා. Then month end එකේ අපි මේ petty cash book එක balance කරලා petty cash balance එක හොයන්න ඕනේ. Right? ඉතින් මේක කරන හැටි ඔන්න හොඳට අහගන්න. Right? The first thing that you do is you're going to make a line from the payments column to the other ledger account column like this. Look at carefully. I start from the payments column and I go towards my other ledger account columns and then I stop, right? Like this. Let's draw it with black. Are we clear? Once you draw this line, right? Except the payments column, draw double lines to all analysis columns as well as other ledger account column, right? දැන් කරන්න එපා double lines අඳින්නේ analysis columns වලටයි other ledger account column එකටයි විතරයි, හරි? Payments column එක open තියන්න ඕනේ. ඒක close කරන්න යන්නේ, හරි? Right. Now what we do is we are going to get the total of each column. So first of all, you have to, now you have to take the total of the payments column. But now what I do is I'm going to start with the, post expenses. That means analysis columns. Now, because it's easy for us to, add these figures, we have only few figures, right? So let's add 120 plus 140 is 260. Okay. Then 160 plus 60, 220, 220 plus 240 is 460, right? Then here we have how much? 440, right? And then we have here 350. And here you get 200 plus 200, it's 400, right? Now we have to have the total of the payments, but it's obvious, right? The value you take here is exactly equal to the sum of these figures, right? අනිවාර්යෙන් මෙතෙන්ට එන amount එක මේ analysis column එකේ other ledger account column එකේ තියෙන values ටික ඔක්කොම add කරාට පස්සේ එන value එකමනේ. values ඇවිල්ලා similar වෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද අපි මෙතන තියෙන payments ටික තමයි මෙහි ලස්සනට categorize කරලා වෙන වෙනම columns වලට enter කරේ. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම අර මේ slot එක add කරනවට වඩා ලේසි මේ ටික ටක් ගාලා add කරලා මෙතෙන්ට දාන එක. හැබැයි හොඳම දේ මෙහෙම ඒ කියන්නේ මේ payments column එකේ addition එකත් අරගෙන මේ පැත්තෙනුත් double check කරන්න. ඒක තමයි හොඳම දේ. එතකොට අපිට exact figure එක හරියටම එනවා. So how much do you get? It should be 1910. Right? This is your total payments. Right. Now only we need to actually balance. Right? So this is how we balance. Now just have the simple idea. This simple idea. Now did you notice in the receipt side, how much of money available? 200,000. And in the payments column, we have 1,910 rupees. So what is the balance actually? The difference between receipts and the payments. Because normally the balance of an account is the difference between debit total and the credit total. Here the debit total is 2,000. The payments are the credit total. So the credit total is 1,910. If I put these values in a T account, let me show you. Let me draw a T account. And then let's assume that this is our petty cash book. PCB means petty cash book. This is the debit side and this is the credit side. So we have 2,000 on the debit side. And on the credit side, we have 1,910. So what's our balance? The difference between these two values, it's 90, right? So when I fill 90 to the credit side, both sides will be equal. And this balance, what do you call this balance? This should be balance CD. And what's the date? 31st of March. That means end of March. And then the totals become the debit value, which is 2,000, right? And what's our balance brought forward for the next month? It should be 1st of April, balance brought forward, and it should be again 90. So if our, petty cash book becomes a T account, this is how we, balance it. So when we go to the real petty cash book, this is how we balance, right? Get the simple idea. What we do first is you need to, fill the balance CD, right? So let's enter first of all the value, right? So value is the balance value is 90 rupees. So 90 should be entered under payments, because payments means credit values. And then you have to name them. This is in the description column. This balance is called the balance CD. And for the date, it should be the month end, 31st of March. So what's next? Next, we have to total. Here, after 90, you put the totals. The total is 2,000, right? And on the same line, go for the receipts column, and again, mention the total, 2,000. And after that, you have to write the balance brought forward. So this is how you write it. Let's start with the value. In the receipt side, receipt column, write 90. And then you have to enter the date, 1st of when? It's April, right? Next month beginning. And what's our balance name? Balance brought forward. හරි ලේසි මේක. දැන් අර normal T account එක balance වෙනකොට කොහමද කියන simple idea එක ගන්න. බලන්න දැන් මේ petty cash book එක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් T account එකක් කියලා අපි හිතමු. එතකොට ওই 2000 කියන්නේ debit value එක. ඒ කියන්නේ interest එක. petty cash එකට වියදම් කරන්න තියෙන සල්ලි ටික. credit side එකේ තියෙන්නේ total petty cash payments ටික. හරි එතකොට මෙයා රුපියල් 2000න් 1910ක්ම වියදම් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ month end එකේ balance එක වෙන්නේ 90 rupees. ඉතින් balance CD එක credit side එකේ යන්නේ මේක asset account එකක් debit balance එකක් තියෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ balance එක brought forward කරනවා අපි next month beginning. එතකොට balance BF එක debit side එකට යනවා. ඒතර හරියට dates දාලා ලස්සනට මේක පෙන්වන්න තියෙන්නේ. අර petty cash book එකේ තියෙන එකම ප්‍රශ්නේ. There are so many columns. ඉතින් චුට්ටක් අපි concentrate කරලා practice කරලා මේක ගන්න ඕනේ. මේක හරියට හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. Right? So this is how we balance a petty cash book. Now, are we finished? No. Now, don't stop from the balance brought forward. It's better to have the reimbursement. So how much is your reimbursement? It's the last month total expenses, right? This is the last month total expenses. Now we are on April. This is March expenses, total expenses. So we need to reimburse this 1,910 at the beginning of the next month. It is April. So we are going to have 1,910 on when? 1st of March, sorry, it should be April. And what do you write here? Now, from whom the petty cashier gets the, receives the reimbursement? From the main cashier. And the main cashier prepares the cash book. So the money comes from the cash book. So we have to write here cash. It's the double entry now. Right? And within brackets, if you want, you may write reimbursement as an information. Reimbursement එක ලැබෙන්නේ main cashier ගෙන් petty cashier ට. Cash book එකේ සල්ලි අඩු වෙලා petty cash book එකේ සල්ලි වැඩි වෙනවා. එහෙනම් petty cash book එක debit කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නිසා receipts column එකේ තමයි අපි enter කරන්නේ. Right? We need to enter this reimbursement amount in the receipts column. Right? Because petty cash increases here. Right, then we are not done yet, right? Because we need to prepare the other ledger accounts. Right, for the other ledger accounts, I'm going to draw T accounts. But when it comes to exams, it's better if you can write, if you can draw the accounts with the columns, right? Anyhow, in this question, I'm going to draw T accounts, okay? Right, now what are the T accounts that we need to have here, the other ledger accounts? Definitely we have to have the cash book. Even for the cash book, I'm going to draw a T account, right? So what is our first, ledger account? It's cash book. What is the second one? Remember, for each analysis column, you have to have a separate ledger account. So how many analysis columns do we have? It's 4. That means we have to have 4 ledger accounts. So far we have 5 ledger accounts. And remember this, for this, the transactions that we entered in the other ledger account column, carriage inwards and also, payment to Vimukti. These 2 transactions we need to enter separately in separate ledger accounts. That means we have to have Vimukti's account and also carriage inwards account. So we have 2 more ledger accounts. So altogether, how many accounts? Cash book, postal charges, or else, postal expenses account, traveling expenses account, entertainment accounts, sundry account, and Vimukti's account, carriage inwards account, altogether 7 accounts, right? Right. So let me draw 7 T accounts now. Here we are not going to balance these other ledger accounts. Okay. So what we do is we just enter the other entry of the double entry relevant to the above transactions. Okay, here we have 70 accounts. Let's name these accounts. The first one is cash book. Second one, do you remember? It's postal expenses account. Don't forget the word expenses. Don't just write, postal account, right? Expenses account. And then what we had was, traveling expenses account. Let me write EXP here, EXP dot account. And then let's check. Next one is entertainment and sundry, right? Entertainment expenses account, not entertainment account, okay? Expenses EXP dot account. And then we had sundry expenses account. And the next one, do you remember? It's Vimukti's account. And finally, we have carriage inwards account. This is an expense account. Look at the petty cash book. For the interest, we debited our petty cash book. Therefore, we need to credit our cash book. So what's the date? When was the interest given? It was on 1st of March. What do you write for the description? The other account name, which is petty cash. No need to say book, just petty cash. Petty cash. And what's our value? Which should be 2000, right? Okay, I'm going to write in small letters because I don't have much space here. How do you enter in these analysis, the ledger accounts that we maintain from the analysis columns? Yeah, this is how you do it. Now, postal expenses, how much is the total? It's 260. So here actually we record the total only. We are not going to enter each postal expense because we have two postal expenses here. Again, we are not going to do separate entries for these two expenses. What we enter is the total. So that's why we maintain these analysis columns to get the totals at the month end. Okay? දැන් මේකත් ඔලුවට ගන්න හොඳටම තේරුම් ගන්න. දැන් මේ petty cash book එකේ analysis columns කියලා වෙනම මේ expense categories maintain කරලා ඒවයි record කරන්නේ අපි month end එකේ ගන්නවා total එක. ඒ total එක තමයි අපි ගිහිල්ලා ඒ අදාළ ledger account එකේ record කරන්නේ. Right? එතකොට ඉතින් separate entries ආපහු enter කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. නැත්නම් ඉතින් තේරුමක් නැති වෙනවා අපි මේ analysis columns petty cash book එකේ maintain කරපු එකේ. ඒ නිසා අපි month end එකේ totals හොයාගෙන totals වලින් තමයි each and every expense account එක මොනවා කරන්නේද? debit කරන්නේ. Each and every account එක each and every expense account එක debit කරන්නේ. Now look here, postal charges are expenses and we have credited, right? These are payments, petty cash payments. So what happens? Here we have credited the petty cash book. So what's our other entry? It should be a debit entry. So we need to debit each and every relevant expense account. Now, postal charges, the postal expenses total is 260 rupees. So by this total, we are going to debit postal expenses account. The date is the month end, right? make sure to write the month end, 31st of March. March ends on 31st. And here again, you have to write petty cash. Petty cash, let me write in small letters. And what's the value? 260. Right, that was the total. The next analysis column is traveling expenses. The total traveling expenses is 460. So by 460, I'm going to debit the traveling expenses account on again at the end of March, 31st of March. And for the description, we write petty cash, right? Right. Now, next is entertainment. Here we have entertainment expenses total 440. Let me write 440 here. And for petty cash, I'm going to just write, PC, since I don't have space, 31st of March. Sundry also the same, 31st of March. It's 350. And description should be petty cash. PC means petty cash. Right, Vimukti's account. How do we enter in, Vimukti's account? Do we debit or credit? Now on 18th, this business has paid 200 rupees to Vimukti. So it's a payment, therefore petty cash decreases. So it's a credit entry in the petty cash book. Then in the Vimukti's account, it should be a debit entry. Assume that, Vimukti is a creditor. So what happens? When the business makes a payment to a creditor, the liability called creditors decrease. And liability decrease is what type of entry? It's a debit entry, right? According to the double entry principles. So here, we need to debit Vimukti's account by 200. What's the date? Is it the month end? No. It should be the relevant date, the specific date that the business made the payment. It's on 18th of March. In Vimukti's account, you need to do a debit entry by 200 rupees. What's the date? 18th of March, and this is petty cash. Let me write PC, right? Same with the Carriage Words account. This is on 25th of March. And how much? 200 again. So let's write it. Do we debit or credit? This is a payment. So when the business makes a petty cash payment, the business has to credit petty cash book. Then what's the other entry? Should be a debit entry in the relevant expense account. And the expense name is Carriage Words. ඕනම එක්ස්පෙන්ස් එකක් කරනකොට අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කරන්නේ දැන් කෑෂ් බුක් එකෙන් නම් එක්ස්පෙන්ස් එක යන්නේ කෑෂ් බුක් එක ක්‍රෙඩිට් වෙනවා කෑෂ් ඩික්‍රීස් වෙන නිසා රිලෙවන්ට් එක්ස්පෙන්ස් account එක ඩෙබිට් වෙනවා එක්ස්පෙන්ස් ඉන්ක්‍රීස් නිසා ඉතින් මෙතනත් ඒ වගේ තමයි petty cash payment එකක් යන්නේ petty cash payments යනකොට petty cash book එක ක්‍රෙඩිට් වෙනවා relevant expense account එක ඩෙබිට් වෙනවා according to double entry principle හරි 25th of March. Here you have to write petty cash, PC. I wrote PC since I did not have, space. But you have to write, petty cash, the full term, right? This is how much? 200, right? Okay, that's it. Right. One more thing, as a summary, remember these double entries. The double entry relevant to impress as well as reimbursement is you need to debit the petty cash book, debit by the rupee amount. And then you need to credit the cash book by the same amount. Okay? And then also remember the double entry relevant to expenses. So let's say petty cash expenses. Expenses or payments. Let me write expenses. So what is it? The relevant expense account should be debited and our petty cash book should be credited. I hope that you got the basic knowledge of preparation of petty cash book. So here we did a simple petty cash book and I will do another petty cash book with reimbursement, with balance and reimbursement, a different form of question. ඉතින් ඔයාලා මේ වීඩියෝ එකෙන් knowledge එකක් ගත්තා නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් like එකක් දාන්න, යාළුවෝ අතරේ share කරන්න, knowledge එක හැම වෙලාවෙම share කරන්න. ඒ වගේම comment එකක් දාන්න තව petty cash book questions ඔයාලට ඕනේ නම් මේ වගේ video tutorials වලින්. Okay, then see you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.